'Cause I don't wanna be just a memory on the screen. Oh, oh, I am waking up from a dream, yeah, yeah. Baby, come back to me. Baby, come back.
Truth or consequences? Remember that? Okay. Truth is you need to be more active. You need to move more because there are consequences. No surprise there. We have choices. Ooh, we have choices. Exercise them and be rewarded and reap the benefits. The opposite's true too. And it all starts with your choices. Your choices, and I'm glad that you've chosen to be here today. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. It's your body. It's the only one you got. Take care of it. Do what's right for your body, as the bottom of the screen says. And that means if a pose isn't right for you, there are a lot of them that aren't right for me. If they just don't feel good, if they don't feel good, if they're not right for you, don't do them or take them to a lesser percentage. Modify, modify, modify. That's our key word in our practice just about every day. And we practice every single day. And I hope that you are here every single day. Make that time for you. If you just stay on your mat and sit, it's a good use of your time, really, because yoga is the union of your body, your mind, and your spirit. Bring it all together. Maybe you can do just a little bit today. Maybe you can do a lot. It's a 1 hour long practice. It's our vinyasa practice today. So it's kind of one breath, one movement, and we move through some pretty good poses. Every day we move through good poses. But you do what is right for you. That's the ticket. The word to think about today as you practice is consequences, right? Consequences are the effect, the result, the outcome of something occurring earlier. That's a real statement of the obvious, isn't it? But it's true, everything has consequences. All right, let's take a stress number. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, what's going on in your body? Remember that number, and we're gonna work on bringing that number down. That's a beautiful thing, reducing stress, and that's what your yoga does. You're gonna need some props today. I've got an eye shade and a towel. Couple of blocks, your strap, you might want to use that. If you don't have any of these, that's fine. You can get through it. But just start to add little tools to your yoga tool chest. Have some water nearby too, and let's begin. So come on up to a standing position. All right, so we're going to move through the practice pretty quickly, but you're going to have fun. It's going to work for you, and you're going to feel better, and that's really important. It's a really super busy week, isn't it? But it's all good. It's all good. Take care of you. Take time for you. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is extended mountain pose, because we're gonna do that a lot today. So rooting into your feet, nice and solid on your mat. Lift your arms high up to the sky. This is your extended mountain pose. Reach your fingers up, spiral your pinkies in, drop your shoulders down a little bit. Hi, Dwayne. What are you doing with her? All right, she's gotta move. Lengthen up through your fingertips. Take a deep breath in. And a shoulder softening breath out. And remember, it doesn't matter how slow you go in this practice. Maybe your elbow's got a little bend. Maybe you got a chair right here. It doesn't matter how slow you go. It's just that you go. You move. You don't stop. Think tortoise in the hare, right? Lengthen up. Reach through your fingertips. Take a big breath in. Think of your chest high and lifted. Big breath in. Big breath out, soften up. Take your hands, float them on down, place them on your low back. Squeeze your elbows back towards your spine. Push your belly forward and look up, up, up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, or maybe look to the sky up above. Breathe. Think of your chest, your heart going up to the sky, little back bend. Now take a forward fold. Hinge forward at the waist. Here we go. Hollow out your belly. Let your arms hang heavy. Don't hold on to your neck. Let the top of your head, the crown of your head where your crown sits, let it come toward the earth. As you tuck your chin towards your chest and your gaze is to your knees or towards your belly button. Doesn't matter how close your hands are to the earth, no big deal. Just think of your spine decompressing. Give it a little bit of a wiggle. Breathe in. Breathe out, wiggle on down a little further. Finish up here in your forward fold. Let your arms sweep on up to the sides of the room, lengthen up, and then soften up. All right, widen your feet a little bit. One arm reaches across the midline of the body, then the other arm reaches across. So think like you're picking apples, all right? Cross-body movement, so good for your brain. And it's a nice big stretch, something a little different than our palm tree pose. So reach, think like you're reaching for an apple that's just out of touch. Reach, maybe come up onto the balls of one foot, then the other. All right, 0 performance pressure. Doesn't matter how you look, doesn't matter how you're doing it. Maybe you're taking it a little bit easier. It's all right, it's all good. 0 performance. Put a smile on your face. Be glad that you're here, be glad that you're doing what you can. All right, finish picking those apples. Think of the sideways movement. Think of the lateral flexion of your spine here. Let's finish up in the apple picking. Let's come back to a more natural standing position. Root into your feet, arm circles. Put a little bend in your knees. Find a little soft, gentle bounce there. Tee out your arms and do some arm circles and move your knees while you're doing this. All right, so maybe the arm circles are little or maybe they're a little bit bigger. Move the knees, bend the knees, and be a 10 today. A 10. All right, remember that too? Be a 10. And what do I mean by 10? Maybe put in 10% effort. It's all okay. You don't have to put in 100% or 110%. That's not even possible. But just put in 10%, just a little bit. Maybe it's just a little gentle movement of the knees. Do your arm circles in the other direction. Movement in the shoulders, let it feel good. We're going to do dancer today. So moving the shoulders now feels really good. Wake it on up. All right, let's finish in your arm circles and your knee bends. Come on up to standing, shoulders over your hips, arms down by your sides. Let's do that big coat swing. So close your eyes, maybe, or maybe not. Look over one shoulder, then the other. Let your arms be heavy, let your shoulders be soft, away from the ears. Twist, a nice controlled twist. Think of liberating your poses. Just, you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. You do what feels good. And what feels good right now? A little twist or a big twist? You could be seated in a chair for the practice too. And if you're seated in a chair, you can twist and maybe take your hands and grab onto the back of that chair. Then the other side, grab onto the back of the chair. Modify. Make the yoga work for you. I say that all the time, but it's so true. You don't have to come into any shapes or pretzel twists. All you got to do is do what feels good for you and move. Let's finish up in this gentle twist. Come back to the midline of your body. I Dream a Genie, all these 70s TV show references. Bring your hands to opposite elbow creases. Lengthen up. Exhale, fold in half, ragdoll pose. Your feet are hip-width distance apart. Little bend in your knees feels really good, and I think it feels more effective. Start to sway one elbow back toward the knee, then the other elbow back toward the other knee. Don't forget your neck. Shake it out like a ragdoll. Be loose. Breathe. How do you feel? I'm going to ask you that in a minute, too. All right, so keep swaying here. Loosen up your low back. Finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Maybe your eyes are open or closed. Tuck your chin a little bit more towards your chest. Shake your neck a little bit more. Maybe lift your toes and give them a wiggle. Maybe hands come down to your mat for balance. Finish up, bend your knees, and let's come on down to your mat. So, you really do feel the results quickly, don't you? Consequences. You did a little. How do you feel right now? Kind of feel better, right? That's the goal. Let's stick with it. Come on, let's go to child's pose. Excuse me, Piper. All right, for your child's pose. Child's pose, couple ways to do it. You're familiar with this. You can start to use a block if you want. You can have your knees together, big toes touching, hips back to your heels, arms down by your sides. Come down to that block or not. Maybe you bring your forehead down to the mat. Option, wide-legged child's pose. Knees spread wide, big toes are still touching, hips still go back to your heels. But this time the arms reach long and strong to the top of your mat. Forehead down to the block or to the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Let things go. Sigh it out your mouth. Hollow out your belly on the exhales. Think of your tailbone going further back toward the bottom of your mat. Deep breaths in, big sighing breaths out, letting the outside world go. Don't worry about the past. It's already happened. Don't think about the future. It's just a thought, a possibility. You don't know what's going to happen. Think about the here and now. Be present, be focused, just enjoy what you're feeling. Focus only on your body and what it feels. Right now, what are you feeling? The nice bend in the knees, the ankles, the nice lengthening of your spine. How about the arms? If you're in the extended child's pose, ooh, do you feel it up into your armpits? I do. It's a good feeling. It's a good stretch. Close your lips if you like, and breathe in and out through your nose. Focus inward. Focus on your breath. Come back to your child's pose anytime you like. Maybe stay here longer. It's up to you. You decide what your body needs today. When you're ready, if you're ready, you can take your hands, press them into the earth underneath your shoulders. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Let's tuck our toes towards our shins and send your legs straight, tailbone up to the sky for a downward facing dog. So here's the deal. Your body looks like an inverted V. So like a little mountain, right? Heels slightly lifted, feet hip width distance apart, hands shoulder width distance apart, fingers spread wide. Gecko your fingers into the mat like a little suction cups. Push into the earth. Tailbone lifts higher to the sky. Shake your neck, loosen your neck up. Don't hold on to your neck, let it go. Think of decompressing your neck. Heels are lifted, start to pedal them out. Pedal them out, reaching one heel toward the earth, then the other. Come up onto the balls of that one foot, then the balls of the other foot. Breathe. Let it feel good. Move your hips a little bit. Get some motion going. Motion is lotion. All right, finish up. Still your feet. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, or your hands back to meet your feet. Either way, I walk my hands back to meet my feet because it's just better for the camera angle. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Lift here in your extended mountain. Remember this, the fingers go high and lift it up. Breathe, take a big breath in. Shoulder softening, breath out. Bring your hands to prayer center, eyes closed. Create a little mantra in your mind. It's just a positive little statement that you say over and over and over and over and over again to yourself throughout the day. How about, I am strong, I am worthy, I am capable, I am perfect just as I am. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Blink your eyes open, sweep your arms up, back to your extended mountain. Remember your mantra and do it. Let's go through a sun salutation A. From this extended mountain, let's bring our hands back to prayer center, fold forward. In half. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins, your knees, whatever it takes to make your back nice and flat like a tabletop. Push into your hands, lengthen through your spine. And when you're ready, exhale, come on down to your mat. Hands walk forward. Let's do a Chaturanga Dandasana. I'll show you a modification first. Chaturanga Dandasana is comprised of 4 parts. Perhaps you take it on your knees and you hinge your arms forward. Weight into your arms. Hold it here. Exhale, lower down to like a low plank. Your elbows are bent. Your chest hovers above the earth. Then press on up to an upward facing dog. You can be down on your thighs. Let it feel great. And then the other modification, we'll go to an downward facing dog if you like, or spread your knees wide, send your hips back, and come into your wide-legged child's pose. Ta-da! You did your Chaturanga with a modification that feels right for you. All right, let's come back to your downward facing dog. In this position, walk your hands or feet to meet each other. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain, lengthen up through your fingertips. Put a smile on your face, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, rise up, breathe. Exhale, hands come down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Here's the classic variation. Step your feet back, high plank, push into the earth, breathe. Exhale, low plank, elbows hugged in. Inhale, upward facing dog. You're on the tops of your feet, maybe you're on your knees, it's all good, chest shines forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips go high, press into your mat, tailbone goes high to the sky. Arms are strong, you got it, shake your neck. Let's do it again. Feet walk to meet the hands, or hands walk to meet the feet. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, soften in the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, walk them forward. Chaturanga Dandasana, your way. Maybe you decide to just stay in the downward facing dog pose. It's all good. Maybe high plank, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal it out and breathe. Shake those hips because you can. Shake your neck too. Still your feet. Walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sides of the room. Lengthen up, extended mountain. Let's do sun salutation B. All right, that starts by taking your arms, reaching them up to the sky, and then bending your knees and sitting back in a little chair. Or literally, be in a chair, totally fine. Let your arms reach toward the front of the room. Sink your hips back, more toward the back of the room. Wiggle your toes. Inhale, lengthen through the arms. Exhale, settle in. When you're ready, one more big lengthen. Legs are strong, holding on here. Hands to prayer center, straighten the legs. Forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. We've done this one, you know that. Breathe. Exhale, hands come down. Let's do chaturanga your way. Remember, you can modify it. High plank, I'm gonna do a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Here's the difference. Here's what makes it a sun B. Kick your right leg high up to the sky. Kick it up there, let it feel good. Exhale, sweep the leg through. Bring it to in between your two front hands. Rise on up to standing. Plant both feet down. Back foot is at a 45 or 90 degree angle. Right foot, toes shine forward. Hands on your hips, sink on down. Right knee over, or right knee over your right ankle. Arms tee out. Breathe. Settle in here. No rush, no hurry. Check out your knee. Is it over the ankle? Open up that right thigh a little bit more. Back foot is planted. Both feet are down, good and solid. Arms tee out, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Now actively squeeze your inner thighs together. I don't know if you're doing it. I don't know if you're doing any of this, but you can't see anything. No change, but boy, can you feel it. Think of squeezing the mat together. Sink low, tee out the arms, look to the right. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, reach forward with that right arm, and then tick-tock like a clock, your arms, 6 and 12. Really reach high, reach higher. Woo, reach really high. You're gonna feel like that arm's way far forward, but bring it on up so it's one straight line from fingertips to fingertips. Look up to the left hand. On the next inhale, rise up for reverse warrior. Shoulders over hips, right arm goes up to the sky, left arm comes down your back leg. Reach. Let it feel good. Take it as far as feels nice. When you're ready, Chaturanga Dandasana. Cartwheel your arms. That's fun to say. Plant them around the right foot. Send the right foot back to meet the left. High plank if you want, to low plank. Press the earth away. Upward facing dog. Flip your back feet under. Downward facing dog. Pedal and breathe. Finish and still the feet. We got another side to do. Your left side, we're gonna do the exact same thing, but on the left. So kick your left foot high. Exhale, sweep it through, low lunge. Rise up, shoulders over hips. Feet are solid, remember that. Now bend your left knee. Now you could be seated in a chair. You're just kind of twisting your bottom in the chair. Movement. It's the key to everything, right? You feel better when you move. So why is it so hard to start? I don't know, weird question. All right, so sink in, settle in, squeeze the mat, tee out your arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look to the left and reach to the left. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Maybe you like to bend that bottom elbow and rest it on your thigh. That's fine. Reach on up, high to the sky. Look on up, maybe reach a little farther. Inhale, reverse warrior, right arm down, left arm up. Look up, look up. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands plant, left foot meets right, high plank to low plank. Press the earth away, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Pedal it out and breathe. And let's do it again. Feet walk to meet the hands, or hands walk to meet the feet. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, look back through your knees. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain, lengthen to strengthen, baby, you got it. Breathe, bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Arms reach, hips go back, hold on here. You're strong, try it, just try. Lengthen, sink lower. Lengthen, this time hands to prayer center, straighten the knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat, squeeze, and then release. Plant your hands on your mat, Chaturanga Dandasana, your way. High plank, maybe, low plank. Push the earth away, upward facing dog. Remember, you can do it on your knees. And then down dog. Ankles are getting that bend, think toes pose, right? Pedal your feet, still your feet, right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to your low lunge. Foot between the hands, rise on up. Plant the feet, bend the right knee. Arms tee out, lengthen up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, lengthen up. Turn to the right, look to your fingers, then reach super far. Then tick-tock, high and low. Look up, reach good and strong, fingers to fingers, create more space between the hands. Inhale, right arm lifts, left arm comes down. Reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your arms, surround the foot, foot goes back, high plank, low plank. Push the earth away, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. You could skip it after I did it, right? You can skip it and just go back to your down dog. Finish up, still your feet, left leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through, low lunge. Rise on up to your warrior two, okay, got that? Sink on down, knee over ankle, arms tee out, look to the left, squeeze your mat, lengthen up, exhale, reach, tick-tock the arms, 6 and 12, press, breathe, open up that left thigh, and then reverse warrior. Right arm comes down, left arm goes up, look up. Exhale, cartwheel your arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. If you want, take your variation. Maybe it's on the knees. High plank, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog, maybe on your knees, wide-legged child's pose. Breathe, let it feel good. And then let's finish. All right, come on down to your knees. Maybe grab a drink of water. Here it is. Grab a drink. All right, we did a warm-up. That's quite a warm-up, right? We did sun salutation A. I think we did 3 of them, and we did 2 sun Bs. How are you doing? How do you feel? Feeling better. Everything's moving, and that's important. I'm gonna grab a drink. All right, core time. Let's do our core stuff. And, oh, we've got a couple poses we haven't done for a while that we're gonna do that are fun. All right, let's go. Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Soles of the feet touch. Knees open wide. Maybe you stay right here. Hands to prayer center. Maybe you stay right here, a good place to be. Tell yourself that positive thing about you. Nobody else is, so do it. Tell yourself how great you are, because you are. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out, settle in. Slowly come to recline. Come to recline all the way down onto your mat. Take it nice and slow as you can go. Shoulders come down, fingers lightly, get your temples, heels up towards your groin, knees open wide. When you're ready, on an exhale, your chin is gonna go up to the sky. Little lifts here. Keep the elbows and the knees open wide. These are your Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Breathe, breathe, you got it. Little lifts, little lowers. Let's finish. Bring the shoulders on down, time to bicycle. You can bring your knees together at the midline of your body, soles of your feet on your mat. You can peel your shoulders up, keeping your fingers at the temples, and then little twist, little twist of an elbow toward the opposite knee. Or come on down, all the way down. Lift your legs up, knees over hips. Draw your toes towards your shins and like pedal a recumbent bike through your heels. In this position, you can really feel what it feels like to have your tailbone down on your mat. Sometimes when we do legs up the wall and bridge pose, we say, bring your tailbone down. Here's what it feels like. Your tailbone is down. All right, I'm gonna add it all together. I'm gonna bend my elbows, fingertips lightly at my temples, and I'm gonna bring opposite elbow toward opposite knee as I pedal through. Straighten your legs if you want, and scissor kick them. Work one leg toward the earth and the other leg up toward the sky. Breathe. There's your bicycle with a zillion variations today. Let's finish. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Rock a little bit on your low back. Let it feel awesome. Let's take our hands now. Place them behind your thighs, low on the hamstrings. Elbows hugged in, maybe start to rock and roll up, up, up. Now here's the deal. If you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, probably not recommended that you rock on your spine. Check with your doctor. All right, so I'm gonna rock a couple times, just because it kind of liberates your body, right? Have fun. Think of all those days when you used to do somersaults and flips. Why did we ever stop? We didn't. All right, let's come on up to seated. Now bring your bottom back as if you were in a reclining beach chair. Hug your elbows in, that fits, right? All right, lift your legs up a little bit or a lot and hold here. Don't let your shoulders round. Lift your chest, keep your back nice and flat. Hold here in your boat pose. So the idea is you're finding your balance here, making that core work. Legs can be long and straight, hands can be removed. Lift, 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 it's up to you, however you want to do it. You could also have your strap underneath your feet and pull onto the strap like reins of a horse. I'm going to bring my hands to prayer center, bending my knees. I'm going to row the boat, one elbow toward the earth, then the other. How is that? Row your boat, twist, twist, you got it. Let's finish. Hug your knees in, plant your feet on your mat, wrap your forearms around your shins as best you can. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release the air from your lungs, letting the belly button go back to touch the spine, kinda, sorta. Bring your chin towards your chest, forehead towards your knees. Maybe pop on up to your toes, or maybe find your balance again here. The trick is to just keep everything tight. Your core, everything you got, keep it tight and strong. Circle the ankles maybe in one direction, then the other, and then plant your feet down on your mat. Crisscross at the ankles if you like. Hands come down onto your mat. Let's go into a downward facing dog. Down dog, inverted V shape, remember that. Pedal out your legs, breathe. You might like to work your legs a little further apart toward the edges of your mat. Push into your hands, which are shoulder width distance apart, and then bring your heels on back down to the mat. Whew, so adjust your hands so your feet become flat on the mat. Maybe that feels good for something a little different. Shake your neck a little bit, breathe, and then come back to your downward facing dog position with the heels slightly elevated. Let's come back to pedaling them. Finish up, still your feet, walk your feet up to meet your hands, or your hands back to meet your feet. Here's a pose we haven't done for a while. It's a prayer twist. Okay, so your feet a little closer together, just feel stable here. Put a bend in your knees. Now rise on up like you're almost in a chair pose. Hands to prayer center. Look forward, sit a little lower. Now let's do that prayer twist. Hands are in prayer. Left elbow outside of the right knee. All right, now your left knee is going to want to pop forward. Bring it back so both knees are aligned. Press into your hands, which are stacked. Stack your right elbow on top of your left. As you're ready, twist to the right. So as you inhale, imagine lengthening in the spine, because you got to find space to lengthen. And as you twist and exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Push into your hands, it helps keep you stable. Look as high over your right shoulder as you can. And then finish, slowly come back to the midline. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let it go, sink back. Right elbow outside of the left knee this time. Now that right knee wants to come forward. Don't let it. Send it on back so the knees are together. Hands stacked, elbows stacked. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, push into your hands, exhale, twist. Prayer twist, we're gonna do gorilla next. That's always a fun pose. All right, look over your shoulder as best you can. And then let's finish. Slowly bring it on back to the midline. Straighten your legs, let your arms come down. A little more space between your legs. Little bend in your knees. Think of your elbows. Think of elbowing your way into a crowded room. You wanna keep your elbows out wide to the sides of your mat. Slip your hands underneath your feet from the top. So your tops of your toes are touching your wrist. All right, so you're essentially standing on your hands, right? Draw the elbows out towards the sides of your room. Send your gaze back to your belly button, or your knees, whatever. And then really try to pull the elbows to the side of the room. Here's your gorilla pose. How does it feel? Let's finish it. Let's remove our hands from underneath our feet. Ooh, wiggle your fingers and your wrists, because that feels intense, doesn't it? Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Lengthen up and breathe. When you're ready, take a big step forward with your right foot. And when you're ready, put a bend in both those knees, hands to prayer center. Right knee comes over the right ankle. Left knee is bent and it's working closer and closer to the earth. You take it as far as you want. You can come all the way down onto your knee, or you know what you could do too? Put a block under that knee. Kind of gives you a little more of that woohoo, elevated feeling without having the pressure of maintaining the balance here. All right, totally fine to do. Just an innovative way to use your props. Make it work for you. Hands to prayer center. Breathe here. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Sweep your arms up high to the sky. Take a little baby back bend if you want. Arms back up to the sky. Exhale. Hands to prayer center. Take a big breath in. Softening breath out. Left elbow outside of the right knee. Remember we did that prayer twist? Very similar here. Hands stacked, elbows stacked, and look to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Now, if you're on your block or on the earth, maybe you can deepen your twist because you're nice and stable in your foundation. Take that twist even deeper. If you're not using the block or down on your knee, you're slightly lifted up, you're stressing the balance here. Woo, feel that. Challenge your balance. Finish up, hands back to prayer center. Come down to that back knee if you're not already there, remove the block. Bring the top of the left foot onto the mat. Wiggle your right toes up to the top right corner of the mat. Left leg goes long, you can put a towel under the knee if that feels better. Block inside your right foot, runner's lunge. Perhaps open up the right leg coming onto the pinky toe side of the foot. Lengthen up here, press into the earth or press into your block, or drop down your elbows to the block. Breathe in, breathe out. Here's a great application for that half-size block. If you've mastered coming down to the block, but not quite down to the ground, you could take it a little bit gentler by coming to that half-size block. Here's your runner's lunge, good for your hips. Let's finish. Press into your hands. We're going to do a side plank. Send your right foot back to meet your left, and let's come into a side plank. You can be on your left knee, left arm, shoulder over wrist, totally fine. Lift the right leg up, lift the right arm up. Maybe that feels awesome today. Want to take it further? Straighten both legs. You can kind of kickstand the feet side by side and lift the right arm high. Take it further. Glue the ankles together so only one foot's on the ground. Press into your foundational arm, lift your right arm up, look to the sky. Finish, hands come down, come back to your down dog. Time to relax and pedal it out. Breathe. Finish up, still your feet. If you'd like to sneak in a Chaturanga Dandasana, go for it. Or you can stay in your down dog and continue to pedal your feet. I'm gonna go high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Back to pedaling. Still the feet. Other side. Left leg kicks high. Sweep it through to a low lunge. Find your block. Bring it back into grabbing region. grabbing range. All right, come down to that knee, put the knee on the block or stay lifted. Left knee over left ankle, arms lift up. Whoo, breathe. Maybe a baby back bend or not. Hands to first center as you come back to the midline. Right elbow outside of the left knee. Hands are stacked, elbows stacked. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Lengthen and twist. Twist and lengthen, you got it. Finish up, hands back to prayer center. Come down to that back knee if you're not already there. Left toes wiggle to the top left corner of the mat. Right leg goes long and straight on your mat. Find the block if you want. Open up onto the pinky toe side of that left foot or not. Maybe you work the whole foot out. Maybe that feels good. All right, into the hips here. Maybe slip down to your block. Maybe slip down to your forearms. Time to come into your side plank. Press into your hands, arms are straight. Left leg goes back to meet the right. Right arm is your foundational arm. Take the variation of the plank or side plank pose that feels good for you today. Look up, breathe, one straight line from arms to arms, you got it. Let's finish, downward facing dog. Pedal, shake your neck, finish. Walk your feet to meet your hands or hands to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain pose. All right, we're gonna do a couple balancing poses. First one, tree pose, Vrikasana. So, standing, hands to first center, lengthen up through the crown of your head. You got it. Bend one knee, open it up to the side of the room, place that foot, either the heel inside the standing ankle, lift it a little higher or higher still. Just don't push the foot into the knee. Find your balance. The hands can stay at prayer center. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. It really helps. So does pressing the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. Grow your branches. Look up. Sway your branches. Challenge yourself a little bit by taking a longer blink. Longer blink. If you fall out, no big deal. Get right back in. Let's finish here. Hands to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the foot next to the foot on your mat. Inhale, lengthen up. Good opportunity to say your mantra. Say something positive to the one and only wonderful you. Root into the other foot. Open up the other leg. Take it to what speaks to you today. You know, holding onto a chair, the wall, it's all good. Getting into the hips. Finding your balance on one foot. Challenge yourself. Woo, challenge yourself. Push the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. If you fall out, no big deal, get right back in. Oh my goodness, maybe you keep your hands on your hips. Breathe, look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Makes a big difference. Grow your branches if you like. Foot into leg, leg into foot. Try that balancing of the blink, the long blink. If you fall out, get right back in. End on a positive note. When you're ready, hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Left foot meets right, right foot meets left. That side is done. Both sides are done. Time to do dancer pose. This is a big balancing pose. All right, so here's what you're gonna do. Standing on your mat. Let's start with the right leg. So you're gonna circle your right arm back, back, back to the back of the room. Doesn't have to be huge circles. You could be holding onto a chair, totally fine. Put the weight into your left foot, take the weight out of your right. Bend your right knee. Bend the knee, bring the right foot back. Bring your knees together. Left arm lifts, kick into your back hand. Kick into your back hand toward the back of the room. Left arm is a counterbalance, it's reaching forward. Kick back, kick up. Breathe, hold on. You can have your chair anywhere you want nearby. And then bring your right foot down, both arms up, circle the left arm around, round and around and around, reach through the right, good and strong and solid, root into your right foot, weight out of the left, reach your left hand around, capture the inside of your left foot with all 5 fingers. Inhale, lengthen, focus, focus, you got this. Kick into your hand, reach the right arm forward, kick back, kick up, breathe, Find your balance. Finish. Left foot meets right. Both arms go up to the sky in an extended mountain. Exhale, both arms come to a prayer position. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, settle in. Time to do eagle pose, Garandasana. When you're ready, bend in the knees. Maybe you're seated in a chair. You can take this in layers. Upper body can do it, lower body won't, or upper body won't and lower body will. Or put it all together, you decide. So bend in the knees, hold on here. We're gonna start with the arms. Hands can be on opposite shoulders. Keep them at prayer center or put them on your hips. I'm gonna raise my arms toward the front of the room. I'm gonna sink low in my chair. I'm gonna take my right arm, sweep it under my left. Maybe you're in one of the other positions, it's all good. Palms touch, squeeze the elbows down, look over your fingertips. I'm gonna root into my left foot, lift my right leg, cross my legs, top of the right foot behind the left calf. Squeeze everything down, elbows down, toes of the right foot down, squeeze and hold in eagle pose. I'm gonna release the right leg, release the arms, extended mountain reach, little baby back bend. Now back to prayer center. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, bend in those knees. Maybe you stay right here. It's totally good. Arm variation that you like, shoulders, prayer hands, hips, it's up to you. I'm gonna reach my arms. I'm gonna sweep my left arm under my right. Palms touch. Elbows squeeze down. Right foot is the foundation, left leg lifts. Bring the top of the left foot behind the right calf. Sink low, squeeze and hold. Focus, tight squeeze. Finish, feet come down. Arms sweep up, extended mountain, lengthen up. Breathe in, hands to prayer center. Breathe out, fold in half. Fold in half, inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat, Chaturanga Dandasana. Or you can go right back to your down dog and I'll catch up with you in just a second. So I'm gonna go high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Half pigeon, Ekapada Rajakapatapana. Bring your right knee to your right wrist. Left leg long and straight on your mat. Top of your left foot on the mat. Work your right shin a wee bit more parallel to the top of the mat. Take that block, put it under your right glutes. Woo! Rest here. Maybe bring your forearms down. Crisscross your hands and rest your head on your hands. Soften in your shoulders. Soften in your hips. Hips are equidistant to the mat. Think of sending breath and space to your hips. Okay, tough pose to come into, isn't it? But it feels good. The longer you stay, the better it feels. So we will stay a long time in this pose in our Thursday and Sunday practice, a restorative practice. In a restorative practice, you hold the pose 3, 5, 7, 10 minutes. Oh, and it feels good. The magic really happens when your body surrenders to the length of those poses. Today, not gonna do that. It's vinyasa. Let's press into our hands. Remove your block, just take it to the other side of the hip. Tuck your back left toes under, send your right leg back to meet the left, shake it out, and if you like, flip your dog. Let the right leg cross the midline of the body, let the foot come toward the earth, maybe kind of like a reverse tabletop, right arm goes up, breathe. Exhale, flip it back to a down dog. Pedal it out, other side, left leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to your half pigeon pose. Right leg long and strong, top of the foot on the mat. Block goes under the glutes. Left shin gets worked a little more parallel to the top of the mat. Adjust your block to keep the hips equidistant. Breathe, press into your hands. Maybe this is right where you stay. Perhaps you come down to your forearms. Hands may crisscross. Rest your head on your hands. Soften the shoulders and soften the hips. Breathe in. Breathe out. You got a lot of mobility in your hips. We sit so much, they tend to seize up. That's why it's so nice to take our lunges and our pontoon pose and this ultimate pose, your half pigeon pose. Nice big stretch. And maybe you find something that's been lost for a long time, that range of motion. Breathe in. Let it go. All right, time to come out of this. Straighten your arms, remove the block, tuck your back right toes, left leg goes back and lifts. Flip your dog if you want. Cross the midline of your body, place the foot down, come to like a reverse tabletop, lift your arms up, and then come back to your down dog. Pedal it out. Hinge forward a little bit, bear plank, hover your knees above the mat. Because you're strong, fingers spread wide, hold on here. Then come on down to your knees. Work your arms more forward, and then hinge forward ever so gently, working your way down to your belly. Now you can take a Sphinx pose. That is having your elbows under your shoulders, forearms pressed into your mat, lengthen up, and hold here. You can hold this Sphinx pose, or take it to Cobra. Bring your legs together. Zip them up, big toes touch, tops of your feet. Press into your mat. Slip your arms underneath your shoulders so your head's gonna come down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let it all go. On the next big inhale, peel your shoulders up, lift up, gaze down your nose. Hands lift, elbows squeeze towards your spine. Lift a little higher. You're balancing on your belly or your pelvis. Hold on here in your Cobra as you strengthen your low back. Come on down, all the way down. Arms go down by your sides. Turn your head so your left cheek is on the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Come back to the midline of your body. Bend your knees. Floor bow pose, Dhanurasana. Feet are bent. Maybe you just play with it a little bit and kick your bottom. Just kick towards your bottom. You could use a strap if you like, or reach your hands back, capture the outsides of your ankles. Your knees will have wiggled apart. Wiggle them back together. Maybe try to pull your heels towards your bottom. Think of your collarbones opening up. Breathe here. Exhale. On your inhale, kick hard into your feet. Breathe, lift on up, kick, and come on down. Legs release, arms release, turn your head, right cheek on the mat. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. That was your floor bow pose. Let's take our hands, bring them back to underneath your collarbones, bring your gaze back to the midline. Press on up to a seal pose. Soften in your glutes. Nice and strong you are. Press on up to a standing on your knees position. Find your block. Find your eye shade and your towel. Bring the eye shade and towel up to the top of your mat. Oh, I guess this is the top of my mat now. All right, come on up to standing on your knees. Bring the block at its high height between your ankles. All right, camel pose. Lots of ways to take it. I'm going to add a little twist to it today. Squeeze the block at its high height. Feel nice and stable here. Put your hands behind your low back, kind of like you're putting them into pockets of your jeans. Squeeze your elbows toward your spine. Send your hips forward. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, or maybe look directly overhead, whatever feels good. I'm going to take my left hand and reach for the block or my heel. I could have my toes tucked toward my shins. That brings my heel up a little bit so I can find it more readily. I'm going to hold on to that heel and lift the right arm up to the sky. So a little bit of a twist here. I'm going to reach, back, back, back. How does that feel? Maybe you say, all right, I want to take it a little deeper. So come onto the tops of your feet and reach your hand towards your heel. Breathe, maybe reach to the back of your room. How does that feel? Let's come back. Come out of it the way you came in. Hand goes back up to the sky. Lift on up with your strong core. Bring your torso back to the midline. Other side. Right hand reaches back. Left arm reaches up. Take a deep breath in here. Stretch it out. Then bring both hands behind your low back. Push into your low back like you're putting hands in your jeans pockets. Lift out of the chest. Let it be. Pushing the hips more forward. Let the right hand find your right heel. Let the left arm go up. A little twist here. Maybe the heels are lifted. Maybe you go for the block. Maybe you go for the lifted heel. Reach. Maybe you say, I'm going to go farther. I'm going to bring the top of my foot down. Reach, stretch. You got it. And then finish. Slowly come back up. back to the midline, hands together in prayer. Be thankful. It's the season of gratitude, right? Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Remove the block. Sit back on your heels. Hold on here. Stretch out the calves, stretch out the thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out, let it go. Flip your legs around to the front of the room. Seated forward fold, toes up toward the sky. Lengthen up toward the sky. Reach forward, reach, 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 as if you're giving someone a gift. Now reach for your ankles, your toes, whatever you can reach. Elbows hugged in, take a restorative forward fold, bringing your gaze toward your knees. Inhale, shoulders above your hips. Spread your legs good and wide. Maybe bring a block or two between your legs and then stretch. Just push that block out. Wide-legged forward fold. Look back towards your belly button. Slide the block on back. Good job. Legs come back together. Let's come on down for a bridge pose. Bend in the knees. Come on down nice and slowly. Hands to prayer center or by your sides. Feet are planted on the mat, arms down by your sides. Press into your feet, lift your hips up, wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine. Breathe, lift, there's your bridge pose. Remember that sensation we had earlier in the low back when we did bicycle? Let's do the same thing. Lower your spine down, one vertebra at a time. And then think of bringing that tailbone down last. Left leg goes long, right leg bends, hug the right knee in. Left heel drives to the bottom of the mat, so your calf of your left leg is plugged in. Circle your ankle this way and that. Hug that knee in even more. Left hand guides the right knee across the midline of the body. Tee out your right arm and look to the right. Keep your right shoulder down. Finish up. Hip comes down, gaze goes to the sky. Hug the knee in one more time. Send the knee long. Send the leg long. Left leg bends now. Let's repeat it on this side. Right leg is long and straight. Left leg gets hugged in, good and strong. Circle the ankles this way and that. Right hand takes this left leg, drags it across the midline of the body, encourages the knee down. Left arm tees out, look to the left, breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Finish up. Hips, both hips come down. Hug the knee in one more time. Left leg goes long on your mat. Spread your feet a little bit. And best part, find your eye shade or your little towel. Cover your eyes, block out the light, and enjoy your final Shavasana pose. Palms face up. Shoulders wiggle towards the spine a little bit more. Pinky toes fall toward the earth. Soft jaws. Softness in the eyebrows. No tension in the face. No thoughts in the mind, just your breath. If you have your remote control nearby, here's where you hit the pause and enjoy your final Shavasana for a longer period of time. And then whenever you're ready to conclude your practice, just unpause it and come back to this point where we take a deep breath in and a deep, slow breath out. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Circle your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, reach high overhead and take a big good morning stretch, the kind you take before you even get out of bed in the morning. And exhale, bend your knees and your elbows and roll onto one side or the other. And use your low arms bicep as a pillow for your head. Eyes are closed, you're in a fetal position. Savor this breath and this moment. It'll never come again. Deep breath in and deep breath out. slowly make your way up to a seated position. Eyes open or closed, with your hands or without. Crisscross your legs or however's comfortable. Hands back to prayer center, that moment of gratitude where we began the practice. Tell yourself something positive. Lengthen up through the crown of your head and exhale, sigh it out. Blink your eyes open. Congratulations, you did it. 1 hour of yoga. Excellent job. Stress number you took in the beginning, what was it? But more importantly, what is it now? Good job. The consequences of your actions, the consequences of your yoga is that you feel great, and that's good. All right, as you go on with the day, remember, it is not happy people who are thankful. It is thankful people who are happy. And I'm thankful you're here. Thank you so much, guys. Love you. See you on your mats tomorrow. Oh, I didn't say hi to Tammy, Liz, Betty, Diane, Stan, Tyrone, Lynn, Kelly, Roger, Maria, Tina. It's good to see you. Bye, guys. Love you. Bye. Hi. You're a good girl. You're still here, and I'm really glad for that. Keep this in mind. The path is made through repetition. Keep showing up, and good things will happen. You know that. I'm glad that you're still sticking around. Tell your friends what the yoga's doing for you. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody on Facebook and YouTube, and they can join in anytime from the privacy of their own home. Tell them about our practice, please. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Stay on your path, enjoy your yoga, and have a great rest of your day. See you on your mats tomorrow.